So our next product to chat about is our Hoofmaker Concentrated Pellets, and this is actually a supplement obviously for hoofs. It contains all the necessary supplements to help nourish every layer within the hoof. So keratin sulfate is the main protein evident in the hoof that helps with growth. And it needs a certain amount of vitamins and elements to actually help with that rapid growth, and Hoofmaker contains those ingredients. So the most important ingredient to help with keratin sulfate production is biotin. Biotin also helps with the skin, hair and coat, but it is really important for the production and durability of keratin sulfate. The next ingredient would be D-L-methionine, and this helps in the production of keratin also. We do have a number of trace elements, so zinc, copper, and also calcium. So zinc is really important to help promote healing and actually for growth as well. And what it also does is helps lessen the prevalence of hoof abscesses, which is fantastic. Copper is really important also. It actually helps hold the keratin strands together, so it keeps the hoof wall very strong, really tough, helps against brittleness and cracks. Calcium is a no-brainer, really important in the body, and as well in the hoof it actually helps with the keratin stabilization, and it also helps with the cohesion in the hoof wall as well. Last but not least, amino acids are the building blocks of protein, so it's really important to have them in a hoof supplement too, and obviously the protein in this case is our keratin sulfate. So that's just a little rundown on the ingredients that are in Hoofmaker. Price per dose for this, so it's really handy because also it's a pellet. It has soybean in it as well, so it's very palatable. It's good for picky eaters, and it's also fantastic if you've got if you're feeding a few horses in a paddock, or a large amount of horses even in a stud situation or in racing, because it's just once a day and it's 50 grams. And what's fantastic is the biotin that is in Hoofmaker is a really large amount, so it's 37.5 milligrams per 150 gram scoop, and in comparison to some other hoof supplements on the market, they normally could have around 20 milligrams, so you're nearly doubling the amount of biotin if you're using Hoofmaker. It really nourishes from the inside out, so we actually we guarantee that you will see growth within 60 days. And I do want to tell a little story of a client of ours that tried a little experiment, and what he did was he took his daughter's nail varnish and he popped it up right at the top of the corny band where the growth comes from, and he actually had a sand crack in one of the front hoofs of this horse. So what was really awesome, he started using Hoofmaker, and what he could see was not only the growth itself, but that the dot of nail varnish that he placed right at the top was starting to grow down the hoof, and he could see that sand crack growing out as well. So that was a really fantastic way of watching how Hoofmaker can really help with rapid growth, as well as other ailments. So it's something that you could recommend to your clients to try. So our 3 kilo gives a total of 60 doses, and we do have a 10 kilo as well, which does give us 200 doses. I do try and get people to purchase the 10 kilo if they're giving it a go, because we really recommend that, of course, you start to see growth within those 2 months or 3 months, but we really recommend that you have at least 180 days of Hoofmaker to really see a difference. And again, and I mentioned this a little bit, that I can't stress enough how before and after pictures, especially the before picture, is really helpful to be able to look back and see actually how bad that hoof was, and how much of a difference that a hoof supplement like Hoofmaker can make. So it is around $1.99 a day to use Hoofmaker, but it does last a long time, so that $1.99 over however long is not much at all. And of course, the recommended retail price for a 3 kilo is $135, and then for a 10 kilo is $399. But it's definitely worth trying to get your clients to give it a go, because it makes a massive difference with all the combined ingredients, and especially because it's high in biotin. So that is our Hoofmaker Concentrated Pellets. Thank you.